Hello, I'm Jessicat, and if you are wondering what on earth is going on here, and why I am suddenly disappearing along with my friends here, well, let me show you. I am currently in the void, and I am also at a height of minus 64, which is the lowest you can get in the void without automatically taking damage. Let me show you what I mean. I have a command block up on the surface that is constantly teleporting me and all other entities in this world to minus 64. Now, when I turn that command block off, these other mobs start falling, and if I press shift and sneak just below that, you will see that I start taking damage as well. Now, I'm not going to die because I have regeneration. However, those other mobs that were just beside me, they weren't so fortunate. Let's teleport back up, and I'm going to talk today about how the void works, and specifically what it does to mobs and to entities, and I just want to give you all the information I found out about it. I did a ton of testing, and I just want to tell you my results. First up, I want to talk about how you need regeneration 5 at least to survive the void, and that is for survival mode, but also for creative mode and spectator mode. As you can see, I'm taking damage, but I'm not going to die. I regenerate almost instantly. However, this does mean that legitimately you can't get very far down into the void. You can only get regeneration 2 without cheats, so that is really out of the question unless you're willing to cheat, of course. And I want to point out that this is for creative mode and spectator mode. So if I go into game mode 3, you'll notice that I don't take damage, even if I go really far down. And this is based on an interesting thing that I noticed, which is that your creative and spectator health are based on your survival health. So I have taken a decent amount of damage here, and you will see that if I fall down into the void and I take some more damage, I die with one hit. Now let's do that again, but in creative mode. So you will notice that once again I'm at 2 hearts, and this time I'm going to go into game mode 1 before falling down to the void. However, you will see that it still only takes 1 hit to kill me. And that's because your creative mode and spectator mode health are the same as your survival mode health. It's just that there's a lot less stuff that can hurt you. So let's try this again one more time. I'm going to take some damage, and then you will see that even in spectator mode, it only takes 1 hit to kill me. So I'm going to head down here really quickly. And as you saw, it only took 1 hit. And that is kind of unrelated to the void, but I just found that out while I was doing the research for this video, and I thought that was pretty cool, so I figured I might as well share it in case you didn't know that. So, just like the player, all mobs and entities begin to take damage in the void at level minus 64. Above that, they are perfectly fine. I can stand here as much as I want, and I will be perfectly fine. I can just, except for disappearing occasionally, I can just stand here and go down as far as I want, except I will disappear, and I can just live down here, basically. And other mobs too. So let's see. Let's try a creeper. You'll notice that he's perfectly fine down here in the void, and he's kind of hard to see, but you saw he wasn't taking any damage. Neither will this cave spider or this enderman. They're all just fine, but you'll notice that up in the top left it says there's a letter that says E. Right now that says 0 out of 1. When I spawn an enderman it says 1 out of 2, then 0 out of 2. That's because I'm not looking at him anymore. And then it goes down to 0 out of 1. That's because the enderman has died. That is actually the entity count for this world. And you will see that everything does eventually die. That's because once they go below Y minus 64, they start taking damage, just like you will see the Blaze does. He will die, and then the entity count will go back to 1 instead of 2 right now, because there's 2 entities. There's me and the Blaze. There we go. So, as you saw, the Blaze just died, which brought the entity count back to 1, and that is pretty much how the Void works. It kills everything that goes down below minus 64. Now, it does 2 hearts to the player, but it also deals 2 hearts to every mob. I figured that out by counting the number of hits that each mob took, and I didn't test that for every single mob, but I tested it for quite a few, and I assume that it would be the same for all of them. So if you want to know how many hits it will take for the Void to kill a mob, all you have to do is divide that mob's health, aka the number of times it takes to punch it to death with your fist, by 4. Entities such as boats that are not mobs will disappear at minus 64. They just won't be there anymore. They don't take any damage. Trust me, I've tested it out. You can test it out too if you want to. I figured that out by teleporting it to itself. It was kind of weird and finicky to get this to work. The Void in general is very weird and finicky. But here's some of what I found out. The limit for not taking damage is 64 for mobs and boats and minecarts and armor stands. And even items, all of those will start taking damage, or in the non-mobs cases, just disappear at minus 64. Now, to be honest, I didn't try the Ender Dragon or the Wither. Should I try those? I'm really kind of worried about them breaking everything, but this is just a test world that has nothing in it. So, I suppose I might as well do it, right? Should I? I kind of want to do it now. Alright, let's see how the Ender Dragon does against the Void. Alright, so I have summoned an Ender Dragon, no idea what's going to happen here. I'm going to try to teleport him down to, let's say, like, let's say, pretty far down. Like, minus 200 or something. Yeah. Let's see if he can survive being teleported down to minus 200. Did he? There's still 2 entities in this world, and he's coming back up. So I think the Ender Dragon might just be immune to Void damage. What happens if we put him down somewhere like crazy low? Like down 1,000, or that's 10,000. Let's try 10,000, you know what? Let's go all out. Too small. So apparently we can't teleport him further down than that. And he's just not dying. He's just not dead. You can tell from the entity count in the top left. There are 2 entities in this world. That's crazy. He's not dead. He is alive down there somewhere. The Ender Dragon can survive Void damage. Well, there you go. I guess now I have to try it on the other boss mob, don't I? Let's see if this guy can survive the Void. The Ender Dragon honestly doesn't surprise me too much because he lives in a Void world, but this Wither might have a little bit more trouble. I'm gonna wait for him to explode. There we go. So I'm gonna teleport him down now. I just teleported a lot of stuff down. And, oh yeah, the Wither is taking damage. Can confirm the Wither does not like the Void. That's pretty funny, actually. So I just did some live testing there, and that's pretty crazy. The Wither dies in the Void, but the Ender Dragon does not. We're gonna see the entity count go down in just a sec. Once the Wither dies. There, the health bar is going down. That's weird. Okay, so the Ender Dragon can survive the Void. You saw it here. And the entity count is moving up and down. I don't know why. But there you go. The Wither just died. You saw it. And the entity count is down to 2 now. But the dragon is still alive down there. That's crazy and amazing to me. There you go. The Ender Dragon can survive the Void. Nothing else can. The Ender Dragon is now the only mob in Minecraft that is capable of surviving Void damage. And I don't really know what else to say. That was a short video, but I hope you learned something interesting. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Bye!